Leadership Long Beach is a nonprofit organization celebrating its 25th anniversary. Every year, the organization recruits a group of leaders to educate and motivate them in important issues to the future of the city. The group meets once a month for a full day to immerse themselves in an issue. Recently, they met at the new Ernest McBride High School to tackle education. Leadership Long Beach Executive Director Jeff Williams described the day for VoiceWave's reporter Oscar Bautista.
Well, today's class is our community leaders. We have 30-plus community leaders, and they go through a 10-month program to learn about all the different challenges and issues and things facing Long Beach. Well, today's class is education. So they're learning from the district side, K through 12, Long Beach City College, Cal State Long Beach, and then ultimately, at the end of the day, we want our education leaders to how they can help. So we give them information, and they meet with some of the educational leaders of Long Beach, all learning about the state of education in Long Beach. But ultimately, it's about what can they do about it. So hopefully, we're inspiring them and empowering them so that they're going to see how they can get connected and help make Long Beach better through our education system. As I mentioned, it's a 10-month program. So this is actually their second curriculum class. The last one was on neighborhoods and social services. This one's on education. Next month's on healthy communities. So each class they learn a different focus, but today's all about education. And it's always a component of the program. So Leadership Long Beach has been around for 25 years, and every year there's an education day. Mm-hmm. Another lead-in for this class was all of them participated in the Principal for a Day program, which is Long Beach Unify's way of getting business people and community people into the schools to kind of see what a day in the life of schools are. Well, so they did that a couple weeks ago. This is kind of a chance for them to follow up and say, what did they see, what's going on in Long Beach, and then again, what they're going to do about it.
The Leadership Long Beach class heard firsthand from other organizations and school programs about their efforts to engage students, their parents, and the community.
So can you explain briefly what the Mel Academy does?
The Mel Academy is a program at all 6 comprehensive high schools and some of our middle schools. It was implemented to improve the graduation rate. It was also put in place to provide a lot of life skills and career and job readiness for a lot of underrepresented male students who, we are now noticing that are not graduating from high school.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and as we were speaking before, how involved are the parents with this program?
The parents, that's a component still that we're working on, but the parents are very supportive of the program because they see changes at the home, they see changes with their grades, they're starting to see their kids be involved in schools, in their school. These kids are taking on leadership roles within the campus, and parents are very, very proud of that. So we constantly get phone calls, thank you letters. We have a mentor program at all the high schools where teachers are involved and the parents are informed of who these students' mentors are. So the parents are involved in that form, but we're still working on getting them a little bit more involved, more hands-on involvement with the parents.
Okay. What challenges have you faced that the parents aren't able to be as involved as you would like them to?
I think just providing a parent workshop, and you get a limited amount of parents showing up. I could say what I think are those reasons, and a lot of these schools and a lot of these students' parents have more than one kid, and they're at home being a parent, and they don't want to bring their parents to school. And other reasons are these parents are sometimes working or at home cooking for everyone. So that's one of the things I think is happening with regards to the parent involvement. If we were able to have funding that we could have parent meetings during the school day and invite parents over a breakfast or things of that nature, I think we would start being able to see more parents involved. We can possibly provide a morning session and an afternoon session. But one of the tougher things that has been in front of us to keep this program going is funding.
Okay. And with these life skills that these young men are learning, how are they becoming more involved with their community?
These students have been involved with internships like at the Port of Long Beach. They've been involved with the GRIP program. They've walked at the Martin Luther King Parade. We just came back from our 7th annual UCLA College football game and college fair. So a lot of these students are exposed to opportunities that they might not have been exposed to, and they're meeting people. From that have come summer jobs, mentors. So it has been a big exposure for these students, and that in itself has affected their achievement in school.
How have the communities themselves been open with these young men coming in and being so involved with them?
A reason why this program works so much is because of the community. Whenever I go out to the community and try and get them involved, whenever I tell them what the mission is of the Mel Academy, they are 100% with it. They see the need of people being involved, of providing services for these students, and they've been more. If it was not for them, I think this program wouldn't be where it's at today.
And as the work-based work coordinator, what do you do with businesses to help out with LBUSD?
I get to do a lot of the fun things. I get to work with businesses who have an interest in working with our students in the high schools, and I get to help them match up their passions with what our high school students are interested in doing, what they have an interest in, what they've seen that they might have an interest in, and kind of like what their skill set is. What type of skill set do I want to be as a high school student, do I want to have as a high school student, and that I want to use on a daily basis as a professional. So my job is to kind of link those two up, to work with our business professionals to give them a better idea as to what our high schools are doing in those particular career fields, and then generate ideas, kind of brainstorm with them to see what tickles them, what they're interested in doing, and how that would suit their business, their focus of their business, or their organization.
What has the response been from the students and their parents with this relationship with businesses?
Well, we've had this program for years. We used to have what we call an ROP program, a regional occupational program. In our high schools now we have linked learning and work-based learning, and the students just love it. I mean, if I could offer you an opportunity to spend time with a professional in your field as a high school student, you probably would really like to do that. And a lot of times our high school students don't have those professional contacts, so when we have an opportunity for them that excites them, they typically receive that really well. The business people really like it too, because they get to see what students are learning in class, and they get to see the skill set that their employees may have in a couple years, or if they like the students and their skill set now, they may look at that as a screening tool to hire some employees for part-time work while they're in high school.
And what have they noticed that maybe the school systems here are lacking, that, like, maybe they need to know a certain work habits or work responsibility? Like, what have businesses been telling you?
Well, I think for years and years, I mean, my grandfather, my father, it's that social grease, when that makes you, when you work in a professional environment, it's those soft skills that you hear a lot of business people say, gee, I wish our kids had a lot more soft skills. But, the fact is, a lot of times, high school students don't have the ability to practice those professional soft skills. And so one of the things that we're looking at doing is bringing those students in for that experience so that they can have that professional experience, so that when employers interview them, they say, I don't know what it is about that student over there, but I want to hire him. And that might make the difference if they have the same technical skill set. And that's really what we want to get. We talk about all aspects of the industry for our high school students. So when you go out to a business environment, we want you to learn about how you do your job, but also how you do other things that help you keep your job successfully.
And so what is it that your organization does?
Well, our outcomes are increasing academic success, helping the kids develop a healthy lifestyle, and as well as developing good character and citizenship. So in the realms of those three priority outcomes, we offer targeted programs to help increase graduation rate, help decrease involvement in gang activity, drug, any at-risk kind of involvement, and also just help build resiliency. So build in them the necessary tools they need in order to be successful later in life.
Education is a national security issue. That was one of the powerful statements made by three of the city's most important educational leaders: the presidents of Long Beach City College and Cal State Long Beach, and the superintendents of Long Beach schools.
In order for the country to really grasp this issue of prioritizing higher education at the top, we're going to have to begin to feel the pinch as the entire country's demographics shift, as the need for a highly trained workforce really begins to impact the economy. I think people are going to realize that we have fallen way behind, and it's impacting every single one of us, not just those in low socioeconomic neighborhoods. This is an issue for everyone.
Yes, if we're not successful in California educating our new workforce, educating people for graduate programs, et cetera, we're not going to be successful. This could be the first generation in the history of our country where the kids don't have the same level of educational achievement of their parents, and that simply isn't going to work for the country.
Steiner, because you start with the beginning. It all starts with kindergarten and up through high school. What's your reaction to that?
Well, for us, we see this as an economic development issue and a national security issue. And that's what's so important about this partnership, is that people have to think globally. And you're seeing countries like India and China literally building thousands of universities overnight. And once the power of the economic power it rests in that country, so goes the security of everybody else. And so the United States really is going to have to make a decision, and they're going to have to really think about this. If we're going to continue to be the leader that we want to be, we have to invest, and it starts with every local community.
You can find out more about Leadership Long Beach at www.leadershiplb.org.